Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Huskers in Enemy Territory. Today, I was going to touch on the athletics. Andy Staples proposing a super conference for college football. Um, so, in his little article or meme that he put out, he said that college football super league would include Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Florida, Georgia, LSU, Michigan, Nebraska, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Oregon, Penn State, Texas, and USC. So that's great and all, but in terms of what is happening in college football, uh, there's already bickering going on with the way that college football is making like who's being picked for the college football playoff. So instead, I would propose for college football to kind of use the um, Joe Klatt or uh, type of model where we instead have five or six like major conferences. So you'd have like North and South. You would have of like, or let's take the Big Ten for example. You still have the big, or you have the West and the East, right? But you kind of make them bigger, and then you have kind of two separate leagues, and then you also have the championship game. You do that the same with the ACC. You have the North Division, you have the South Division, you have the SEC, you have the East, and you have the West, right? You have the Pac 12, you have the North, and you have the South. You have the Big 12, you have the North and the South in that one. And then maybe uh, from that, you still have some teams like outliers. You bring in another set of teams, who knows what teams that might be. I've seen plenty of people kind of jockey all the teams around or whatnot. So you can almost figure out, you know, I mean, you could almost break up some schools too, right? Um, but what I would propose is like from getting the five or six major conferences, now you're bringing in like the UCFs, the Memphis teams, who else like Houston, uh, SMU, North Texas had some good teams there for a little bit. Pittsburgh is always pretty good. Uh, West Virginia is in the Big 12, but they might go to another, conference or whatever in this proposal. There's just a lot of different possibilities um, for kind of fixing this um, college football mess up, in my opinion. And then you wouldn't really have to worry about who's in or who's out because then you'd have everyone playing during the regular season, and then you could still have the one, two, five, five or six teams playing in there. So you have the top four, and then you have two teams like kind of like wild cards or whatever. I know you might not that might not work out on paper or whatever in terms of like how the NFL does it or whatever. But I'm not sure if six works, but maybe you need eight teams. But still, like I feel like it would work out a lot better if we had the um, kind of super conferences, not just one super conference. You have five or six conferences. It was a good proposal or whatever to kind of stir up controversy or whatever for his article on the Athletic. I'm sure a lot of people probably went on there and read it, but I'm not going to read it honestly because it's a paid subscription, and the only real paid subscription that I subscribe to is Hail Varsity for the Cornhuskers. since I'm a Cornhusker fan. Plus, the Athletic loves to rip the Cornhuskers, so why would I subscribe to that newspaper or whatever or website? Um, but tomorrow's episode, or not even tomorrow's episode, Wednesday's episode will probably be over the NFL draft. It'll probably be my last mock draft. I'm going to kind of go dive into a little bit of the just the needs of each team. Do like a just talk about like the first through 32 picks or whatever, and kind of analysis on all of that. Talk about some of the guys that are going, like Trevor Lawrence, if he really should be at Jacksonville, which he should, but go into kind of deep dive into what teams should pick where and whatnot. One of my buddies that was in the Navy with me, he asked for a video like this, so I figured that I would do that on Wednesday, give it a little bit more time to think about it a little bit, and I was feeling a little bit under the weather, so I kind of wanted to just do a quick video tonight. So I picked a kind of an easy topic to comment on. I felt like the Super Conference would be a pretty fun video to make. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, go Big Red.